What's up, everyone? Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. But mainly, we are YouTube oriented. Also, wants to let you know this is our live talk for tonight. And as you can see, I did make a mess up on that one, but it's okay. But I want to introduce you to our very own original Passport Brother, okay, King in Dreams. Salute to you, my brother. How you doing?
Salute, man. What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Nothing much, man. Thank you for being a part of our guest star for knowledge and relationships. And we're definitely gonna have like a blast with this conversation. So the main thing is I'm looking forward to getting to know you as a person, and also I'm looking forward to kind of get to know more about the passport movement. So one of the things I like to start off first, right? Before I bring my other co-host in, right? And I got you in the backstage, so But before we get to passport questions, all right, I always got to start off by asking this one simple question: if you could tell us about yourself, basically, like who you are, and anything else that you like to share about your background.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I am a YouTube content creator. I started my channel July of last year, and so what my content is based on is men, men and women being the best versions of themselves, physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, and then also traveling overseas. And one of the reasons why I wanted to start my channel is because in today's society in the West, there is a imbalance where there are a majority of the society of men right now are feminine, and then on the flip side, you have a lot of women that are masculine. And so, how do we come to a balance, if you will? How do we come to that balance and figure that out? And then not only that, but traveling overseas, there's so many countries in this world. There's about 196. So, explore the world and being able to see that. So, and educate yourself on the culture outside of the West, outside of North America. And those are things that are very important to me.
Okay. And and that's good to like know because um it starts off by knowing like, okay, what are your core values,
Mm-hmm.
as a man?
Right.
What's your expectations? Like, what do you really want out of life? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not a lot of
absolutely.
people take the time to think about this. Now,
Right.
before I continue, I'm gonna bring in my co-host, Mr. Stan Transformation. Salute, brother.
Salute,
Hey,
man.
greetings, my brothers. What's up?
How's it
Hmm.
going?
Doing pretty good.
All right.
Ready to start this show, set everything on fire.
Right. Of course, definitely. Now, speaking of fire, I gotta give a fire shout out to Wally. Shout out to you, Wally. Thank you for being the first to tune in to comment. So
Wale!
appreciate it. Hmm. All right. So from the first question, right? Based
Yeah.
off the answer, I think you kind of answer like one like the first like questions about what pretty much made you want to become a passport brother, because
Mm-hmm.
it seemed like you seeing things in American culture and society that needs to change. But let me ask you this, like, in addition,
Mm-hmm.
like I know like that's probably like maybe the core, but like what was the, if you could like imagine like the exact date of your breaking point where it
Mm-hmm.
was like you had that feeling that I want to kind of travel out overseas, but what broke you to the point where it was like, all right, you know what? Now I'm about to take action.
Well, see, the thing is that like, and I wouldn't necessarily say like that I was broken or I was driven to the point of traveling
Mhm.
overseas. So,
Yeah.
what a lot of people don't know is that I am of Caribbean descent. So I'm Jamaican. So I've had a passport since I was 3 years old. So I've been traveling all my life, right? And
Mhm.
so the thing is that like traveling wasn't like a newfound wave, if you will. So this is something that I've always wanted to do, and so really, I would say what drove me to travel as as an adult, as I mentioned, is that there's 195 countries in the world. So I said to myself, well, like I'll be, I'll be damned if if I'm just going to just die in the States or die, just die in Jamaica. I only know Jamaica in the United States. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, I'm going to, learn and exercise my options. And yes, of course, doing some pipelining, I noticed that there were some very attractive women places where I was going. So, I mean,
Mhm.
definitely, culture, food, culture, food, women, incentives. Yes. So all of these were incentives for me to get out the so-called matrix.
Mm. Speaking of Matrix, where? See, why can't I have my sound effects ready when anytime somebody talks about the Matrix, man? You know what I mean? All right.
Yep.
Now, I do have to give like a couple of shouts in the chat.
Yeah. Sure.
So here it goes. When the raindrops fall from the sky and touches around the eye, here we see she stole my thunder. Salutes to you, sister, Canada's finest, as always. I know. You say, hey, don't call me Canada's finest or whatever, or Canadian's finest, but here on the show, you will be addressed as Canada's finest, no matter what.
Shout out to Canada. They got
Mm-hmm.
beautiful scenery over there.
Oh
Trust.
yeah. Oh, definitely. I've been out to Canada for the first time. Niagara Falls, Canada, and what was it? Was it Toronto, Montreal? I think it was Toronto, Canada. But
Hmm.
Drake's like birthplace or whatever. So shout out
Yep.
to Drake out there,
Yep.
and then shout out to Jay Takashi, Passport Brothers for Life. That's right.
Hmm.
And she stole my thunder. Says LL. That sound effect every time. Yes, of course. We also have Sydney 007. Man, next time I need to get the James Bond sound effects. But she says we sure do. Oh, that's right, because Sydney's from Canada as well too, though. So
Oh, okay.
shout out to the fellow Canadians.
Oh,
And
yes, absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
and
Oh,
she says,
Canada.
yeah. And I'm not Canada's finest for real, except Canada's okidokis citizen. Okay, whatever.
Oh, okay is okay.
Oh, so okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But all right. Now, Stan, right? Do you have any questions that you want to ask, like King of Kings?
Sure
Kings and
thing.
dreams.
I'm sorry,
King
King of Dreams.
James.
My bad. I'll
You're good. You're
mess it
good.
up. Yeah.
It's all good. It's
Mhm.
all good. All right, King of Dreams. How did you pick your first country, and why did you pick that country?
The first country that I traveled to as an adult, that's a good question. First country I traveled to as an adult was Bermuda. Um,
Mm.
so I picked that. I picked that because as I mentioned with my Caribbean background, it was a place where it was a place where like they had like cruises and stuff like that. So parties at this time I'm like 18, 19 years old.
Mhm.
So I wanted to, I wanted to be able to, I wanted to be able to drink without, without getting in trouble. Basically, I'm just gonna keep it 1,000% on that one.
Okay. Okay.
I wanted to cause trouble without getting into trouble.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's what I'm talking about. So, what was your second country after that?
So my second country after that, was Colombia. Yeah,
Mm.
Colombia, because from then, yeah. So I started going to Colombia.
Yeah.
So I started going to Colombia back in 2020. So there was a huge gap where I was just pretty much just going to like just Jamaica and Canada. And I wasn't really, you know, I was going back and forth between those two places. But in 2020 is when I started going to South America, and, you know, in Colombia.
Yeah, that's a big jump, being that it's, you know, not the islands,
Right.
going to something that's more mainland.
Right.
So why particularly Colombia, not Brazil, not Chile? So what drew you to Colombia?
Yeah, another great question. So one of my best friends I went to high school with, he's also a content creator. Shout out to the Flyboy Way. And so he's been traveling for a while, you know. And so he would always tell me like every place where he would be going. And so at this particular time when he was going, it was in February. So my birthday is in February. So usually every year, like I'm either like going to Jamaica, or I'm having a trip, whether, you know, in the States, I'm just going somewhere, you know, for my birth month. And so I said, you know what, let me take the chance and check out Colombia. And he was telling me about this big festival that's over there. So I said, okay, you know what, let's check that out, because I'm always doing like the island vibes. Let's get some Latin vibes in here, right? So, well, that opened the floodgates. So
yeah.
So when you say floodgates, what was the first floodgate? And then the second, the third.
Right. Well, so the first floodgate was the fact that I saw so many people that looked like me that spoke Spanish. That was the first thing, you know. So I was concerned, not concerned, but I was curious to see what my comfort level would be, you know. And once I landed in and this is in Barranquilla, Colombia. So that is like, so there's a lot of Afro-Colombians in that area.
Okay.
So when I landed there again, so I saw people that looked like, you know, all of us on the panel, except that they just speak Spanish. But I was still comfortable, because when you travel somewhere and you see someone that, you know, like looks similar to you, it puts your mind at ease, right? So so that was the first thing. And then the second thing was that how price effective everything was. And you got things that, you know, you got modern things, but like the price compared to the United States.
Right.
Yeah. So the price compared to the United States is just completely, you know, it was just completely different. And then the third thing were the ladies. Absolutely. So that was the nice cherry on top. That was a nice cherry on top. I mean, I figured that it was going to be beautiful women there anyway, but I would say fact that I saw people that look like me, and then also the cost effectiveness, right? So it's like you get more bang for your buck. That was really important. That's really important.
So you mentioned ladies,
right?
Wait, hold on, Sarah. Before you talk about ladies, look, hold on. So like pretty much like the cost, right? The cost difference. Let's say if you're traveling from Colombia, maybe to another country that is outside of U.S., are flight tickets less expensive?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Because
flights are well, see, around that time it was a little bit it was a little bit pricey, only because, well, we had just really gotten the tickets right before like the price increase. So for those who don't know, there is a festival in Colombia every year in February, right? So, and it's the second biggest festival in Latin America. And so you have to get your tickets probably by like the 15th or 18th of December. let's say you get a ticket for Barranquilla, Colombia, maybe $400 or $500. That's gonna jump up to maybe even double, because you have Colombians that's coming from all over the world that's flying in. So you have to get your tickets ahead of time. So when Flyboy Wade reached out to me to go to Colombia, it was like a couple of days after Thanksgiving. And so I was like, oh, so he was like, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it at this certain time, or it's gonna be a big, price increase. So I said, okay, cool. So we got the tickets, we're locked in, and I was pleasantly surprised. And it was a huge concert. I don't want to call it concert. It was a huge festival, rather. Sorry about that.
No, you good.
Festival. So definitely enjoyed myself. I'm sorry, Stan. You had a question about ladies, right?
So yes, but we have somebody else that's jumped in right now.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I don't want to be rude and let's. I want to introduce everybody to the Intellectual SoapBox, aka Mr. Best in the World. What's up, my brother?
What's going on? I don't know what you doing. That's my thing. I do introductions. You don't do introductions. I do
but you just came in. I gotta show you respect, Godfather.
No, I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
You're the Godfather. I gotta show you respect.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, Stan. You know I love you, Stan. I'm messing with you.
Hey, don't pay Stan on everybody. He got excited when he was talking about the Colombian women. So.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. What's good, y'all? What's good? I'm listening to y'all. But go ahead. I'm listening.
No problem.
I'm going on mute. I'm listening.
All right.
All right, Stan. I know you want to talk about the women, so go ahead. Ask them about the Colombian ladies.
So, in the words of the mighty Usher, how do I say hello? I just want to talk to you. How do I say you're beautiful?
Oh God!
Wow.
Like, how did you get the language barrier? Do they speak English? Do you have to learn Spanish?
Damn, that's all I was going to ask him too.
So it's interesting. So growing up in Brooklyn, New York, like where the part of Brooklyn where I lived at was Flatbush Ave. So either you were from the West Indies, or you were either when it comes to the Latin woman, you're either Puerto Rican or Dominican. You had some Cubans there, but you were predominantly Puerto Rican and Dominican. So
tú hablas español?
Sí.
Está bien. So,
Sí,
¿cómo
sí,
se dice?
sí.
Is it the same Spanish or dialect in Colombia?
The dialects are a little bit different, because I would say and I don't want to disrespect my Puerto Ricans or Dominicans, but they have
rapid Spanish.
It's a little so Colombian Spanish is more proper, if you will.
Kind of like Duolingo style, right?
Yeah, so like Dominican, Puerto Ricans, so some of the stuff they'll say it's a little bit like on the slang side, So with the Colombian, their Spanish is straight. Not to say Colombians don't have their own slang, but it's like it's kind of like in the Caribbean, like each island has their own, has their own way of speaking. Like in Jamaica, we speak Jamaican patois, but somebody from, let's say like a Trinidadian, they have their own way of speaking, patois and things like that. So it's just kind of like that. But anyway,
so when you used your Spanish on them, how was it? So what did you say?
What did I say to what?
To the Colombian woman, because you speak a little bit of Spanish.
Oh yeah, so I mean, you all you do is just you just say hola, cómo te va, cómo se llama, you know what I mean, and you just get into it, you know what I mean, so basically all I said was how are you, what is your name, and you just have regular conversation, and you just let everything flow.
You didn't pull out the old trick.
Which one?
The old trick that you're a visitor. ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice es? ¿Cómo se dice yo? ¿Cómo se dice?
Well, they already know. Well, they already know. So they already know. So so they So I just say soy americano, soy americano, in Barranquilla, in Dos Semanas when I was pipelining, and
Yes.
So what I said was that I'm Jamaican, I'm going to Barranquilla, and I'll be there in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, so you met them online first, or did you meet?
Oh yeah, I pipeline online.
Ah,
yeah.
So how do you do it in person? Because I'm not an online person. I like to meet women in person. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
So in person, I mean, you just approach them the same way. Like, well, the thing is that in Colombia, like a lot of not even just the woman, but just people in general are very friendly, and they they're eager to help you. And so like it's they're not going to be standoffish. So like let's say so let's say you are at a store or something, and you see a woman that you're attracted to, and you approach her and you say hi. Like she's gonna say hi. Like she's not gonna like give you that look of like who are you? Why are you talking to me or whatever? Stuff like that. Now I will say that usually how like Colombians get connected is usually like your friend. So like the cold approach is a little bit different, but like they're not going to walk away from you or anything like that. Like they're not.
I'm sure there was like a lot of store owners that like, I have a daughter or a niece I want you to talk to, so you could come into the family.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. That sounds like the Godfather song, but no, like you so let's just say, all right, let's say like let's say you're Colombian, right, and and so like I'm there, I meet you, we end up becoming cool, and and so like we go out, we get a couple of beers, and Maribel and Cynthia and Isamar, they end up stopping by. You know them. You introduce them. You say, mi amigo, mi amigo KingzNDreamz, and or mi hermano, right? And so like that's the introduction. Mm-hmm. Now whatever happens from there, that's on me. But that's kind of like a warm approach. What I'm saying is that they're used to a warm approach. So when you approach a woman with the cold approach, I mean, just still be nice, but like just don't do like Europe or Ayo Shode. Like, no, that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work over there.
So no, like hey, like como se llama, like bonita, something like that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Say just say muy bonita, mucho gusto, ¿Cómo se llama? Oh, me llama Teresa. Oh, Teresa, mucho gusto. Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
So, like, as a black man going to that place, like, how did it feel, like, one, to genuinely connect with people, and then two, not being this mythical boogeyman?
You know what? That's a great question. Yeah, it felt great. Like, I wasn't looked at like you black, right? Yes, I do. You know what I mean? In the States, like that's what I mean. Like that's how like sometimes like you walk into a place, or you know what I mean, and it's like you just feel the eyes on you. Like there, I didn't feel the eyes on me. Like I felt comfortable everywhere. You know what I mean? And yeah.
And you might tell people exactly what that meant by being the mythical boogeyman, real quick. So other people that's listening, like what Stanley's talking about, like for black men, no matter where we...
I was going to say, basically what he's saying, like pretty much no matter where you go, there's always going to be that stereotype of how black people supposed to be truly are. So I think people kind of get the hint as far as like the mythical boogeyman,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we also get it from black women. Like no matter where you go here in the States, it's like, oh my God, he's going to,
he's going to rob me, or he's going to act the fool, like the Ludacris song and all that great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, none of that. As I mentioned, very friendly country, very, very inviting people. and like they like again like they're they're eager to help you out, and like they're very proud people, so they love their country. Hey,
now
what's
you
up?
mentioned that you moved there. So how did you go from visiting to moving? That's one. And then two, how are you able to sustain yourself to live there and stay in the States at the same time?
Right. Another great question. So after I went to Festival de Barranquilla, and it was right before everything had got shut down, because this was in February, and everybody know what happened in March 2020, right? Don't have to go into it, but so I ended up going back out there in October. So I ended up going back in October, but when I went back to Colombia, I went to Medellin, and Medellin is on the other side. So Medellin is more of a metropolitan area, so it's kind of like like a city, and one of the things that I like about it. So since I'm a city guy, like I like city locations. Not to say
Wait a minute. You said Medellin is like a city? I thought that everything outside the United States is a third world country.
No.
No, because you look on TikTok, they always say that we're just going third world countries. Take advantage of people from third world countries. So you say Medellin is a city, like, and you're from New York. Is it a city like New York, or is it like,
absolutely.
Have a subway and everything?
Yep, they actually, So
wow.
that's the only city. So that's the only city in the country of Colombia that has a subway. So it's a very Medellin is a very affluent city. So there was a show on Netflix. I'm not going to say the name, but it's very different from what you guys have seen on that show. And they talk about a specific man on that show that you don't mention his name in Colombia. But if you read into what I'm saying, you'll know exactly the show or exactly the person of who I'm referring to. But I'm not going to say his name.
Okay, got you. And
back in the 80s and 90s, you'll know who I'm talking about.
Okay, we'll look into that. Now there's a content creator named Fearless that he's like kind of like a dating coach advisor, and he lives in Medellin, Colombia. So it's interesting that you guys like brought that city up, because I didn't really pay much attention to it, but I know that the city where he's living at, like it looks nice, like especially like when it's dark and like you got the cities and everything's like lined up in the sky.
Oh yeah,
it's like a city that, man, if I could just like travel out there with a passport, bro, and to check it out, I think that would be like worth spending a week over there.
Oh, absolutely, man. First of all, like one of the reasons why like I fell in love with Medellin, just kind of going back to your point, Stan, is that so when I first went out there, I love the infrastructure. I love the fact that it has a city vibe. It's very modern. So like malls, restaurants, museums, all of these places that we have here in the States, and some of the malls are even better than some of the malls that we have here, in the States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they restaurants and all of these places, and being from the city, the subway is actually clean, because anybody that's been in New York City, that subway,
man, them rats and those pigeons are no joke.
Yeah, no,
they look like not. Pokemon. That's woo. Those rats are like the size of like Rottweilers, man. Oh my god, no. So how did you make the move? Like, what made you decide to be a resident? Like, to make the move? Like, hey, I'm going to come here more.
What made me decide to make the move? So what made me decide to make the move was that once I fell in love with the place, like I started going there like 6 to 8 times a month, and so a year, 6 to 8 times a year, and so I'm sorry, I'm just laughing on a comment, but yeah, so I started going there 6 to 8 times a year, and I've said, okay, well, if I'm going to be traveling this much when I'm not there, like, how can I turn a profit, right? So, so the apartment of like where like I would get for an Airbnb, I knew the owner. So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I want to rent an apartment there, and I want to rent it, so I want to rent it for a full year. So we agreed on the apartment, and so the apartment that I got there is a 2-bedroom, 2 master bedroom, two full bathrooms, full kitchen, living room, dining room, balcony, and also a jacuzzi. Okay. And so I pay $750 a month for that apartment. And so when I'm not there, I rent it out.
How much do you think that apartment costs here in the US?
In New York City or like in New York City, we talking probably got to be like 3,000, maybe even a little bit more. But yeah.
Because you said 2 master bedrooms, not one.
Yeah.
And they both have their own bathrooms inside?
Own bathrooms. Yeah.
That had to be at least 5,000 right there.
Look, it's 5,000 or more just to even live in the studio in San Francisco.
Wow. So yeah. So shoot, I'm probably undercutting myself here. So yeah. Well, I know Frisco is super expensive. So yeah. So if this was like New York or San Francisco, Los Angeles, you're definitely talking 5,000-6,000. Absolutely.
Does it come with his own cleaning service, like on his own maids, or?
Yeah. So I have a maid. So I have a maid that comes through and cleans, and so she cleans. So she cleans. Well, depending on how many guests I get that month, but like I give her anywhere between like $30 to $50 a month.
Wait. 30.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to go resynthesize my thinking because I'm thinking about American people, but out there, that's probably like a lot of bread already as it is.
Well, yeah. I mean, so yeah. So I mean, and the thing is that it's consistent. It's consistent because we all do, sister. We all need a maid in the States, but they go charge you an arm and a leg here. But yeah, so it's consistent. So like let's just say like even like if I have a slow month, like I'm still gonna give her an extra amount or whatever. So like it's consistent, so she knows like I'll always take care of her. I don't have slow months, but I'm just saying like let's just say like for a month maybe I get maybe 4 or 5 guests, as opposed to normally I get anywhere between like 8 to 12.
Mm-hmm. And question in that, so like how does like the maid like confirms that like everything's put well together, everything's nice and clean? Do she just send like pictures or do you have some type of cameras?
Yes, yeah. Excuse me. I have camera set up. And then also like she'll send me pictures or like I'll be talking to her after everything is done and she'll show me a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's dope. So you got the Airbnb set up, and what else you done to set up for yourself to have the money to go back and forth? So you're going like 8 times a month.
No, 8 times a year.
8 times a year. So how you're able to sustain like your finances here and there besides the Airbnb? I don't want to know too much of your business.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah,
what I'm saying? Because we know you listen. You listening IRS, trying to like collect stuff. So we're not gonna go too much.
No, we're good. Yeah, so I have the Airbnb and then also I have a career here. So I do very well here. So and then I have then I have investments and other ways where I'm making passive income.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you see yourself permanently staying there?
Absolutely. Absolutely, maybe not in Medellin, just because there's a lot of things that's been going on in that city that I'm not too thrilled with, but relocating to Colombia, yes, and I'm probably going to do that in 10 years. The reason why I haven't done it yet is because I have a young son, and so that's one of the reasons why I have not relocated yet. So yeah, so like how they have, how like people call themselves like an expat, my peers, and so they call me a half pat because I'm traveling half the time, but I can't do it as much as because I have a young son. So
are you teaching him the way of the? Are you teaching him the way of the passport?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you teaching him the way of the passport?
Oh, soon. Yeah, he's 8. He's 8, but yes.
You started at 3.
Huh?
You started at 3.
Yes, you're right about that. But you're absolutely right about that. Yeah. So, but yeah, next year. Oh yeah, it's a go. It's a go.
Okay. So, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to ask KingzNDreamz. Okay, before we continue, with more passport questions, and like I said, I'm loving it, but I want to ask you now, what made you get into social media, which is like YouTube, Instagram? Like, what made you become a content creator? Because I know you also have other connections. And on a side note too, I think when I don't remember when I first met you, but when I first saw your live streams, I also noticed that you had Mr. Lucario as well too. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he's a Passport Brother himself or what. No, but I saw him a couple of times on your show, so I was like, oh.
No, good question. Shout out to Mr. Lucario. He's not. And shout out to BB. Yeah, that's Minka. She was there yesterday. That's Minka.
Salute. I remember. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing.
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So Lucario is not. Lucario is not a passport bro. He's not. So I don't want to say like he's necessarily against brothers traveling, but he's not. He's a dating coach. So one of the reasons why you saw him on my channel is because I started a series called Unity in the Manosphere. What I had noticed is that there were some dating coaches and some of the brothers in the passport community that were bumping heads, taking shots at each other. And the thing is that like as men, whether we agree on something or not, we're supposed to be unified. So that was the reason why I started that series. Now, as far as myself becoming a content creator, as I mentioned earlier, I was traveling with my best friend, the Flyboy Way. I went to high school with him, and so in the midst of like traveling, like he would always be like recording and doing all these other things and stuff like that. And so, like right before like he would go on a trip, he would have a live stream and he would have me on the panel, and so. He said that he liked my talking points, like the way like I would, talk. So he said, you should have your own channel. So I was a little bit hesitant at first, but then I said, you know what? Let me test it out. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to do YouTube anymore. And so I took the leap and here I am.
And how long like you have been like a content creator?
I started last year in July.
Okay. Well, I'm for sure like you don't regret that.
No, not at all.
And and honestly, like I feel like, like you. I mean, well, let me not just single out like all the other like platforms, but I feel like YouTube and Twitch and maybe sometimes Facebook as well too, but. I feel like those two major platforms definitely brings people in together because I feel like we're all like-minded, but we have so much passion that sometimes I feel like conversations could get, misconstrued or like you just have like a misunderstanding. And so we just have to break down that communication barrier and really just bridge the gap. Because the thing is, like, I know that, you know, some dating coaches, I'm not saying all, but some will be like, well, why are you going out there overseas? Because, you know, you're trying to get women and you need to be a man and learn how to control the women in America. And sometimes dudes they're just tired. I'm not trying to trash on American women because I'm not going to say they're all bad. Mm-hmm. But there are some men, right, that actually enjoy traveling and they actually enjoy seeing what's outside of America. This is nothing against like American women, but sometimes it could just be boring, you know, just going through the same American type of tradition that's not even originally our tradition anyways, you know? So to go out
Lenny
there
Kravitz said it best. And Lenny Kravitz said it best. Mm-hmm. American woman, stay away from me. He sung it. He sung it, so blame it on him.
Right. So it's good to like really see you know, people like you that's bridging the gaps and, you know, getting connected with folks like in the manosphere and just trying to, you know, create like, you know, like peace, you know, because by the end of the day, this is a space like for men. Like we're trying to build a strong brotherhood because society has already broke us apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's one of the things, you know, and that's one of the reasons why, like, what inspired me to start that series, if you will, because it's important that us as men, regardless of you travel overseas, you want to stay in the westernized culture, but we have to have a level of respect for each other, and we need to be on each other's team because society is already tearing us apart. So why are we sitting up there trying to tear each other apart? You know what I mean? As I started in the as I started saying in the beginning of this interview, like how it's a seesaw effect, and the seesaw is going in the wrong direction for men because you have the feministic men here, and then you have the masculine men down here. Like it's not balanced. It's not balanced. And society, frowns on men being masculine in the Western culture. Like outside of the Western culture, you're expected to be masculine. It's no problem to be masculine. Like it comes with a shout out to my man Calvin King. Salute to you, bro. But like it's like it's already there. You know what I mean? And and Stan, you can attest to this. Like
the masculinity is different, but the masculinity is different. It's not in the sense, and again, I'm gonna reiterate this. It's not that we carrying the clubs and we unga bunga and hitting you on top of the head and come with me, women. I would have to say this for the dating coaches. This is what you got to learn how other people are dating overseas. Overseas is a little bit different. Dating somebody from overseas is not so much of dating at night and having like roses and flowers and expectation of a bedroom and all this weird stuff. Normally, it's just hanging out with you in your environment and spending the whole day or even the whole night if it's possible. But a lot of times we miss that stuff. Like we're more concerned about the stuff than we are concerned about the person that we're trying to meet. And that's the whole thing of dating. You're dating to meet the person, not dating to get stuff out the person. Now that's something completely different. I don't know what you call that because I'm a Christian man.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing.
What was that smile, Mario? In 3, what was that smile in 3?
You said what was that? What
was that smile? You had a smirk.
I mean, you call yourself a Christian man. That's all I need to know. Gentlemen, I will be right back. I gotta go answer the door real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I think it's important. I think it's important that that is like that's being pointed out, right? Because we as men we just know, like, as I mentioned, like we are expected to be that masculine male overseas. So here, when it's like when we go into our role, and I'm not gonna say all, but there's that pushback, there's that complication of like, oh, I can leave sometimes and you could leave sometimes. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. Like, there's not, there's not two CEOs. There's not, like, you know what I mean? That it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And then also, if you are a man that's not about, if you're a man that's not about taking care of himself, and you think that like you're just gonna go overseas and these women are just like stupid and they're just gonna get taken advantage of. No, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
That leaves open for a question for you. Then the question I have for you
go ahead.
Is how do you date a woman? Like, what do you do? Like, do you take her out? Do you like after you ask her and she say yes? Is the form of communication texting or phone calls? Explain the process, the steps.
Yeah, I mean, it's typical. It's typical communication. Like you.
No, mind you gotta put your best foot forward. So I want you to take off the glasses, look into the camera, and get the ladies hot and steamy. Let's go.
You want me to do that?
Take off. Yes, just go ahead. Tell them about like what you gonna do. Come on. You gotta put the Mac on. You're from New York.
Listen, man.
And you Jamaican.
Oh yeah, well, come on, man.
Take out the glasses. You're from New York, Jamaican. Put that patois. Let the ladies know.
Listen, man. Listen. Me I tell a guy, listen, guy, y'all looking nice, So listen, so this what me I do, we all get something to eat and thing, and we have a whole, a smooth vibe, because no wicked vibe, but a vibe have to be smooth. And when you talk to the girl, you make sure that you look upon the eye, and then you make sure that you tell her, my baby girl, listen, you give her a time, you let her know when you are forward to she yard, and then go to her house, and then when you pick she up, you go to the restaurant and thing like that, you get a nice meal and nice conversation, and then you build upon things, and make her laugh and all that, what I mean? And then the vibes is wicked now.
No, but suppose she get a phone call. Like, what do I do when she get a phone call? And I feel like I'm being disrespected.
Oh no, we're not doing that. We don't do that. We don't
show no anger. We don't show no disappointment.
No, because dog, you can't show disappointment, especially nowadays. You have to, because the thing is, when you are show you're vexed, I mean that you show feeling and you show emotion. So you have to be a man upon abundance. You see it. You have to be a man upon abundance. So so she left and go for the next man. A next girl will come. Come on, man.
So don't act like a Puerto Rican. Don't act like Puerto Rican.
No, man, this is how you have to move, dog.
It could be very smooth, collected.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You have to, you have to keep a balance of yourself, dog.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Do I take her home? How do I keep her up at night?
Yeah, man.
Go into the bedroom. How do I do that?
Huh?
How do I keep her up? Like keep her like alive, and not to take her home right away. How do I keep her up?
What do you mean?
Make her want to spend more time. Make her spend more time with me at night.
Okay, so all right, you confusing me because you said that another guy called.
No. If another guy called, no be vexed, right? If she get text message, now she's gonna stay. So how do I keep her active? How do I make sure she don't leave? Make sure she's not bored.
Wait a minute, yeah, but if she get a call from another guy, why? Like, nah, dog, I'm out. We on a date. You get a call from a guy and you pick up the phone.
But suppose it's her cousin.
Nah, brother. No, you end the day right there. You end the day right there. What y'all talking, boy?
Hold on, Stan. I'll leave for 5 minutes. And you talking about this tomfoolery? Come on, bro. Major L for you. You know better. Especially the jingling bags. Well, losing bags. Look.
Everybody. Oh, he was putting the Mac down. He was like, man, he was giving me the code. I'm taking notes.
Yeah, but there's some things, man, and it's simple common sense, man. See, the thing is, the dating etiquette. If a woman is answering her phone, I don't even care if it's her mother, you know, her other children or whatever. You don't answer the call when you are on a date. You know, I don't even care if it's an emergency. You better be like, look, I gotta go Tinko use the bathroom or something. But when you're on a date with me, okay, you need to respect me, especially because here's the thing. If it was us, right? If it was us answering a phone call to our mothers or, you know, dads or whoever, then we're going to be like, oh, who the hell he think he is? They'll be ready to check us in a minute. Right. And then we'll be labeled as misogynistic because, you know, all the emotions will be like, you know, sorry, that's the wrong one. All the emotions will flare up and it'll be like, you hurt me and all that. So no, we're not doing that. We're setting expectations and standards for ourselves.
Absolutely. So listen, you know, if
you missed it out. You missed out because we went right back to Islander mode, and we set down the scene. He told ladies what to expect, what was going to happen.
Hold on.
It's that damn McDonald's food, bro.
And Miss Kansas City was loving it. Miss Kansas, where you at?
I've been quiet this whole time. I ain't really saying that.
I know you're listening. New York.
Well, you know, boy. I will say this, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, I think, you know, my thing is that whatever you do within a date, as long as it's done with respect, it doesn't really matter. So like, if somebody receives a phone call, it could be me. I could receive a phone call. It could be a business call. It could be a personal call. There's a proper etiquette that I can take while I'm on this date. So if I receive a call and it's actually my parents, you know, and they're actually older, I can say, hey, this is my mom. You know, they're actually calling me right now. You know, I need to step away for a moment, and I would allow her to do the same thing if it was her parent. If it's just like just regular call or whatever, then that I believe can wait. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm not gonna trip. Either way, as long as it's done in a way where I feel like I know that she's being respectful. Like, that's all that matters. And then I'm gonna give her the same type of energy. So, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't really a big deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really a big deal. Like, as long that, like, that's small fries. You know what I'm saying? There's other stuff that's gonna go on as you're getting to know somebody that's gonna be way bigger than that shit. So,
realistically, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. Like, the thing is, if she gets a phone call and it's a family member or, you know, something like that, yeah, of course. And you are right about that, you know, Intellectual, because like if there is a certain form of etiquette, you can go about it. But you know, like the way Stan was saying was like you know, like some other dude just called me and like, you know, he's like, yo, like, what's up? I want to hang out with you. Like, what am I gonna do to keep the girl? Like, nah, that you know. Here's the thing, man. Like, I live life you know, life of abundance, man. Like, the thing is, man, and you have to have that abundance mindset, because the thing is like, you know, if you get an attitude and show emotion and all that, you know what I mean? Like, man, now you put yourself in the passenger seat. I'm sorry, I like to be in the driver's seat always.
I will say the back seat.
You don't have to get you know, and I think as just people, you know what I mean? I think I would say both men and women, both as people, we just gotta. I feel like we live in a society now. You just want to pop off, right? That's a terminology. Everybody want to pop off. Everybody want to show that they are hard or that they ain't gonna be taken advantage of or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this: at the end of the day, if I feel disrespected about somebody, there's a way I can communicate that. Hey, listen, you know, I don't, you know, what you did, I felt was disrespectful. I don't like how you handle that. You know what I mean? You know, and these are the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? I could talk to you diplomatically without, oh man, girl, you know who I am? Man, F that. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I don't even gotta go that left with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not even that serious. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's definitely not that serious.
I want to add one last caveat. Plus, also, like, I always keep in mind, like until like I really am actually, this is just my mindset on it. You know what I mean? And this is what I just learned as a youth, and what I learned from my family.
Mhm.
Until you really lock a girl down and you tell her that she's yours, then you can't really dictate what she's doing because you ain't lock it down. Like unless she your girl, you know what I mean? You can't really say nothing. Now if she your girl, then yeah, you know what I mean? You can kind of, lock it down or be concerned if she entertaining other men. But if she ain't your girl, then ain't shit you can do there because you ain't lock it down.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
a perfect segue. How do you lock it down overseas?
Mm.
How do
let's
you
talk
do
about
that?
that.
You
How
lock
do you lock it down? Like, how do you regulate?
I mean, it's pretty much like this. Like if a woman is interested in you, she's going to she's going to she's going to show you that she's interested, right? Like, okay, perfect case in point. Like there was a female I was rocking out with. It was almost 3 years. She and I broke things off in August. And when I first met her, like I had no intentions of like getting into a relationship or anything like that. Like, I thought it was just gonna be, like we hang out a few times and we have our fun and what I mean, like catch you later, whatever. But what made her stand out was because like she was willing to be on my program. And what I mean by that is like she was attentive, she was forward thinking, like what I mean, like like I wake up in the morning, breakfast would be there, and then she would go to work, and then
Wait a minute, wait. She made you breakfast and then she went to work?
Yeah.
So she had a job?
Yes. Yeah, she's a nurse.
And she had a career?
Yeah.
Only reason I'm saying this, because you swear on TikTok.
I already know where you're going with it, but yeah.
No, because seriously, because I see it on my feed 50 times today, especially the Asian American chick. But you swear on TikTok, they make it seem like all these women don't have no education,
right?
Don't forward thinking, they don't care about nobody else, they don't have no job, they begging and they doing prostitution. That's all they do.
Right.
But I was just saying, that's why I'm just shocked. Like, wait a minute, because that's the other side that we don't see on TikTok. Because women on TikTok really go in on other women from other countries.
Well, the thing is that because they have this assumption that we're basically like the big bad wolf, right? And so they have to create this. It's my belief that they have to create this false narrative in their head because it's like, they're taking advantage of these little girls, if you will. First of all, these women are grown adults. These women are very smart, and then they talk about a green card. Like if you know. Like if you would know, like most women would prefer to want to stay in their country. Most women don't want to live in the United States. Like the woman who I was with for about 3 years, she never wanted to go to the United States. Like I was gonna move to Colombia. Like even if I wanted to say, hey, I want to bring you back to the United States. By the way, fellas, don't do that shit. But pardon my language, but don't do that. But I'm saying,
Eddie Murphy said it best.
But even if I
wanted, I want half.
Yeah, but John, but listen, right? So, but even if I wanted to, she's not going to do that. Like most women. In countries, they are proud. They are proud people. They're proud of their country. You know what I mean? Like, will they go to the United States and visit? Yeah, I'll visit for a few months and hang out. You know what I mean? But like, I have my home, my family's here. And the thing is that a lot of these places where a lot of men are traveling to, they have a lot of traditional values. They have a lot of family core values. So you take them out the home, they're not going, they're not going to, they're highly unlikely going to want to leave their family unless their family dynamic isn't really good. Now, typically, not all. But usually when I'm vetting a woman, I make sure that she has a good family dynamic. Whether I'm in the States, or wherever I'm at in the world. Like if a woman doesn't have, if a woman does not have, even a man, if a person does not usually have a good family dynamic, usually that it can be a problem. That can be a problem in the relationship, because the thing is, like, to me, that's a red flag, right? And so
explain, like, why would that be a red flag?
I'm about to.
Okay.
So the thing is that, like, for an example, like if she, how was her, how was her relationship with her mother? How was her mother? Like it's her mother. It's how does her mother treat her father? How does the woman I'm pursuing? How does she treat her father? Does she look up to her father with respect? Because if she doesn't have any respect for her father, and and this is a good man, typically she's not going to have respect for men in general. I'm not going to say that happens all the time, but what I'm saying is that, the thing is that, like, it's out the norm for usually when a woman has a poor family dynamic, that she's able to actually sustain a good relationship and or marriage.
Oh wow.
No, but that's the thing, because, like, and there's some men, and I have to call some men out here too, because the thing is like, yeah, she got a nice body, she make your toes curl and all that stuff, but you're not checking out her family dynamic, and then next thing you know, you end up putting a ring on it, and then 5-10 years down the line, like, everything is all messed up for you because you did not do your homework, and that's the problem. Men, you have to be held accountable. Like, if you properly did not vet this woman, then that's on you. Then that's on you. If you get taken for half or whatever the case is, right?
Man, that's deep. Forward. So she made you breakfast.
Yeah.
She go to work.
Calvin King, say that. But Calvin, I mean, you know what? See now the thing is, Kanye want to be red pill now. But you know what? He should have been red pill before that. Because he should have knew Kim was a walking red flag, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yo, your husband number 4?
I thought it was well, I guess 4 or 5, but
she only got married to
No, those are guys before Chris Humphrey.
No,
she got married. Oh yeah, she did. She was. Yeah. So no. This was her third.
Like, do you think that Kanye would have been better off with Amber Rose as opposed to neither?
No. It was bad. It was bad for him anyway. Like, it's like, yeah, no, that
what
like,
is it? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kanye, like, no, because both women, both women are not traditional women. Both women are very modern women. And Kanye, Kanye basically, like, the only thing that I will say, the only thing where I feel a bit of empathy for Kanye is that, like, for him being able to see his kids, but and this is why, like, men, like, let me tell you, man, all good ain't good. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
All good ain't good, brothers. All good ain't good. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's true. Yes, 18 years. You know what I mean, Calvin?
Right.
18 years, you got to pay $3 million for 18 years.
Yeah, because he's about to pay $200,000 for child support. For kids that he would barely see, because you already know Kanye for.
Oh yeah, you know why? He also sold the house. He had to give her the house that he moved next door to.
Wait, you said he had to? They forced him to move it?
Yeah,
who forced him?
It was in the divorce decree. Like, they take the house allegedly. He gets the house that he built next door to theirs. She got that house, and she gets $200K a month.
Oh, yeah, and California is a terrible state for marriage. Like, like, man, listen, like, don't get me wrong, California got some beautiful women. Yeah, because I love LA, but let me tell you, I am
New York. Y'all got the most beautiful women in New York. All the women look like models in New York.
Well, you know what? But you know, well, no, I see. I'm from there, so maybe like me getting something
Man, when you
new.
got Samoan women, Opufu Nunu, looking like Tyra Banks
Bro,
and Naomi Campbell,
yeah, no, it's all good, man.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you have in New York, if you have a type, you will meet that type clone in so many different races.
That's true.
You're not going to be like only date black girls because a Russian girl look like your black girlfriend, and
That's
then
true. That's
a
true.
German girl, a girl from Poland, a girl from England, a girl from Africa, a girl from South Africa, North Africa.
True. That's true.
Like if you have a type, New York will kill your type. Like New York will just end it for you.
That's true. That's true. That there's, okay. So as far as the diversity, you're all right about that.
They all
Fair
models. They all look great. It's like
I
almost got killed in New York too for looking at the wrong women.
Deleted.
I'm sorry. Almost got deleted in New York for looking at the wrong women.
Yeah.
Because women in New York know how to cheat in front of their man. And I just got caught up looking at a girl while she was on a date with her man, but I didn't see the man. I just saw her.
It's all good, man.
I just saw her. I was like, hi.
Yeah.
My name is Stanley Joseph. Come take me home.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go home to the Lord. But yeah, New York is dangerous for me.
Yep. Absolutely.
So look. So after you met her, you met the family and everything else, and then you guys dated for 3 years. How hard was it for you, or is it hard for you to date in America? Because I know from having that experience, like how is it different from the expectation you have dated in the U.S.? Or would you ever continue dating in the U.S.?
That right now that's something that's that's not on my mind. Like, I would say because the thing is like if I let's just say like I meet a woman in the US and all that, like I'm leaving, like there's no doubt within my mind, like once my child turns 18 years old, which will be in a little under 10 years, like I'm out of here. So like either if I meet a woman in the States, she's either gonna come with me or yes, you did tell me about that, bro. But either she's gonna come with me or not. But like, yeah, I'm not going back to like I'm done. Now of course I'm gonna come back because my son will be here and stuff like that, and I'll visit family. But as far as like living in the States, no. I have a what's the what's the thing? What's the thing when you flip over and then like the sand is pouring down? What do you call it?
Oh yeah, we're talking about the sands of time.
Yeah, but what's it called? I forget what's it called. Anyway, but I have a timer. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I have a timer on. I have a timer like the time clock is on. So yeah, I'm out of here. But
what advice do you have for people who want to start becoming a passport brother? Bro, man, like what's the start? Like how do people get started?
Hourglass, thank you so much. There we go.
Hourglass,
yeah. So hold on, but before I answer that, so like when she cooked for me, it was more stuff that she did like I'm not necessarily like the most tidy. I'm not necessarily like the most tidiest person. So and I'm not a slob either, but like, you know what I mean? Like I'll like leave maybe like shirt or a pair of pants, toss it down, and then like she'll come in, like she come in, work like a full shift of work, you know what I mean? And then and like while she's cooking, like she's like, putting stuff away, like just, hanging stuff, like, and ironing my clothes. Basically what I'm saying is like she put.
Wait, did she give you attitude? She didn't yell at you?
No.
And like, I'm not your mama. No.
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 Lord.
So
yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, King of Dreams.
She likes so again, like I'm not a sloppy, I'm not a sloppy person, but some some guys are not just like neat all the time, right? You know what I mean? So so like
you're saying like she likes what? To take care of you? She likes
she likes she did. But what I'm saying is let me cook, Sam. I got this. Don't worry. I got this, bro. I got this. I know where you're going. I got it. So the thing is that so the thing is like I was mentioning, so she was so like basically, long story short, is like she would like anticipate my needs and things like that. Like if I knew if there was something that I needed, like if there was something that I needed, like let's say like in my fridge, like I run out of water, right? You know what I mean? Like
and
she
what'd she do?
She would just bring water. She would bring water. She would just say, "Hey, like I noticed that you didn't have any water in the fridge, and then also like she likes to eat pork, but she know I don't eat pork, so
She'll try to sneak it in and poison you with pork and nothing like that.
Nah. Oh no, she would have been cut a long time ago. I don't play that. Man.
No, that's the woman trying to sneak in like shrimp, and next thing I know, I'm like, we have to go back to the hospital. I can't.
Oh, right.
I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So what did she do? Like, so she know you don't like pork. What did she do? Like,
I'm saying like she would cook meals. She would cook meals that didn't have pork in it. Like she knows that I'm more of a poultry seafood guy anyway. So I'm more like fish and chicken and turkey.
She will cook meals.
That's okay. So okay. So King of Dreams, I gotta ask this question, right? Because since you do travel frequently, at least like 8 times like a year, I know it's not much of a culture shock anymore because you're used to it, but doesn't sometimes like that kind of warps your mindset, like where you come to like a country, you're treated like a king. But you come back to to the United States,
right?
And now the attitude it's always like a constant shift. How does that feel on the inside? Like you come home, you go out there, you discover peace, but then you go to the States, and then it's
just back to chaos.
I mean, there's definitely a big difference. There's definitely a big difference, and we are definitely appreciate it, and like and I know some of these women and critics and detachers, because some men some pandering white knight dudes, blue pills will want to actually like debunk, and they say, oh, these women want your money. First of all, let's keep it all the way real. No matter where you are in the world, a woman is going to want a man that has money. Like most, 99% of the times, a woman is not going to want a man that is making less than her or equal or more. Equal or more. You know what I mean? Or she may hook up with Gerard or whatever, who don't got no job, because Gerard putting it down. But you know what I mean? But that's on her. But as far as actually having a real marriage and stuff like that, like come on now.
I'm still stuck that she bought you water. I'm trying to hold myself up so I don't pass out.
It's not like she just only brought me water. Yeah.
She pick up after you. She not angry. She not cussing you out. She's fixing meals. She happy to see you. She happy she got a man. I swear in the States, it's like you just even breathing. I'm not even your man. You mad at me.
Right. Yeah. Well, and also, yeah. Right. Absolutely. And then the thing is that you know, not the water. Yo necesito agua. Baby, yo necesito agua.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, but she yeah, I mean the thing is that like she, I mean, it was just the little stuff that she was doing, the little stuff that she was doing that you know.
That's not little. That is not little.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, though. Like basically like just anticipating what I needed, and then like didn't ask me, you know, and she didn't. Hold on.
You went way too fast. Anticipating what you need.
Yep.
That's big.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ladies, did you hear that? Anticipate. I'm trying to hold up so I don't. Okay, I'm back. But
yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to drink a lot of water. I gotta drink some electrolytes because this is too much. I'm getting lightheaded. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You went to Colombia, right?
Yes, this is yeah. She's Colombian.
Oh, when the next field trip? Because I'm down. I gotta go.
I'm probably gonna make a pit stop in January, but I'm only gonna go for a quick weekend. But in February is my birthday, and then that's when I'll do like my 2 or 3 week trip. But I've narrowed it down to 3 countries, so it's either gonna be Guyana, Kenya, or Brazil.
Ooh, you ain't come back.
Yeah,
probably not for me though.
She said, "Please take me with you."
Take it with you. Yes. Well, hold on. Well, you take Stan with him. I don't think Stan's gonna come back though.
Oh, I ain't come back.
We might have to take that flight to bring him back because, hey, man, you still got work here, you know. But,
that's the problem. I got work.
he gonna call his boss and be like, "Hey, listen." Man,
like, look, with my mom, she always laugh at me. She's like, "How come you always cook?" I'm like, "Mom, in all my relationships, I cook and clean. I always cook and clean. These women don't cook and clean."
What?
And you know, my mom, she's Islanders. You know what she does? She'll sit down like, "Girl, come here. Let me pray with you." The girl be thinking my mom likes her and everything. No, my mom was studying you. She held your hands. You have no dishpan hands, number 1. She checked your makeup. Your face don't match your neck, number 2. She checked your nails. Number 3, she's smelling you because she can smell if you ain't take a shower or bath. Like my mom doing all the studying with these women, and then she's like, "No, that's not the one."
Right.
You know how Caribbean women are. They looking. They like.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't play.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know, like, if you're dating a Caribbean man and or Latin man, like the mom is looking at you. She checking you out.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, like the one thing that I really like though, you know, as our relationship grew, it was always every Sunday was a family reunion. Well, they call it a family reunion because so what a lot of people don't know or may not know, like every Sunday, like it's always like family get together. You know, you have aunts, uncles, nieces, the grandmother, the grandfather.
Wait a minute, she like her family?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have been rocking out with her like if she, yeah, like if she didn't have a.
Lord, she like her.
Yeah, if she didn't have like, you know, like the family dynamic, I mean, I'm not gonna say I would have dropped it because of that, but I definitely would have raised some eyebrows because it's like, wow, like how is it that you have all of these qualities about you, but you have a terrible family dynamic?
Did she like your child? That's what I gotta ask you next.
Oh yeah, she loved my son.
Mm-hmm.
She like your child?
Yeah.
And that's an important trait too. Okay, gentlemen, real quick, I want to give a warm welcome to Miss Nebraska.
I told you I'm a woman of my word.
I know you are, right? And like I said, like, you know, as beautiful as always, you need to cam up more, and I'm happy that you're up here, cam up, looking at beautiful afro and all that. So
what's up, Miss Nebraska?
For that.
What's up? How you doing, Miss Nebraska? How you doing, sister?
What's up, KingzNDreamz? Stan, you been clowning all day.
Oh no, you gotta join me tomorrow night because we're gonna talk about this, like why women don't like passport bros. Cause Lord, I'm like passing out, I'm heating up. I'm man, this is to answer your question, I've never met no woman like this. All the women I met is like, here, Stanley, take care of everything. That's what I meant my whole life.
Man, what kind of women you be running into in the States?
Alpha man, he be running into the you said alpha?
Alpha
the rich,
females.
The rich kind. Stan, you know, I'm not even gonna bring the story up because I know that's not, you know, it's not your interview.
We'll bring it up tomorrow night.
Right. But yeah,
alpha females, that's what I normally date. But like this stuff he's talking about. Woo! And she like his kid.
Yep.
Well, big up to you, Kings.
Thank you so much.
KingzNDreamz.
Doing the doggone thing. I am interested in like buying property overseas. But I don't know where to start. I do want to like visit some countries in Africa.
Okay.
And buy up some property. I looked at Jamaica, but I heard Jamaica's really hard to do that because they don't like Americans coming in buying up stuff. That's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it, but you know, like it is a challenge. It's better to like if you have like boots on the ground, like someone like that, you know, like that is a resident, you know, out there, then it's the transition will go a lot smoother. Now let me ask you, Miss Nebraska. Now you mentioned some countries in Africa. Like, is that how do I want to ask this? Okay, so is that because of like, have you been to Africa before, or is that just?
I need to visit some countries in Africa so I can, you know, see where exactly I would want to buy property at, or.
Okay. What places have you been to that you like?
I loved Honduras.
Okay.
I like Jamaica.
Okay.
I haven't been too much nowhere. Mexico.
Okay.
That's a pretty.
Okay.
I mean, I've been to Belize, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Right.
Well, the reason New York and Miami.
Huh?
What?
Have you been to New York and Miami?
Yes.
Okay. So she's been to Haiti and Puerto Rico.
Funny.
See, this is gonna be my next goal to try to travel out to Miami, though. I definitely want to check out Miami for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But the reason I was asking you, Miss Nebraska, is because like are you looking to like purchase property like are you trying to turn this into a business or is this like a place like where you would live?
I would definitely turn it into a business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So why not get like something in either Mexico or Honduras?
I kind of wanted. I want to wait until I go visit Africa first.
Okay.
I want to like purchase land in motherland first, and then branch out.
All right.
Yeah. Even though a lot of us live in Honduras, but you know.
Right. Well, the reason why I just mentioned that is only because like if you have a property, in Mexico or Honduras, and there's some complication, it's easier for you to get over there as opposed to in Africa. You know, that's the only reason why I mentioned that. That's all.
You do have a valid point about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of Black Americans are starting to move to Mexico too.
Yep, absolutely. Because I have friends. Oh, I completely forgot to mention that I've been to Mexico. I just jumped straight to Colombia. My bad, but it's okay. But Yeah, so there's a lot of expats in Colombia, in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Like, there's a whole lot. Like, I have one of my brothers. He's actually Haitian, and he lives out in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Then I have another brother. Yeah, I have another brother. I don't know. I don't know if he's from the island. I know he's just probably just black and white. And then I have another brother. He's Jamaican. He has a Jamaican restaurant out there with his wife.
In Mexico?
Yeah, in Playa del. Yeah, this is Playa del Carmen, Mexico.
And where is that outside of Cancun? Where exactly is that?
Yeah, so that's so it's in the state of Quintana Roo, and Playa del Carmen is 1 hour away from Cancun. So so from the airport you can either take a taxi, or if someone is trying to be frugal, you could take like a bus, and I think the bus is like $5 or $6, and the cab maybe like $40 to $45 or something to get there. Okay. Yep.
Is the bus the same bus like they had in Brooklyn, like the Tap Tap or the Jitneys?
You mean like the Dollar Van? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Is it the same type of ride?
No.
Okay.
No. It's a nice bus. It's a nice bus, but it's just that some people may just like want their privacy. That's all. But it's a nice bus. Yeah, because Cancun knows that like these are tourists that's coming in, so they're not going to give you like something that's like cheap. You know what I mean? They're going to give you something that's nice. Oh man. Man, salute, bro. Oh man, okay. So
Calvin King, what's up, man?
Before you leave,
come on in, Calvin.
So, 5 minutes. Do you have to like get a dual citizenship before buying property?
No.
Okay.
No.
Would it help you?
Okay, well, it depends on where. It depends on where. But no. For me, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's for some reason. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like I have to have dual citizenship, or maybe that will help. It would be for me if they saw that I had dual citizenship versus
you do have to be a resident, but not citizenship though.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about Mexico. So that's that's something that I could probably ask my people, but I don't think that you have to be a resident though. So I know Mexico, when it comes to purchasing property, they're not too strict. The only thing that they want is like that you have to put whatever property that you're gonna buy, you have to put 30% of it down up front.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Calvin.
Good night.
Salute, Calvin. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah. I was in Puerto Morelos in June.
Oh, Puerto Morelos?
Yeah, this past June. And I stayed at Bob Marley's oldest son. He has a resort here, right off the beach.
Okay.
It's not huge, but it's a nice little small, intimate, nice resort. And I'm like, dang, like, what if all of us come together as a collective and build a resort overseas? I think that was a really dope idea.
Yep.
So that seems like to be a LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so like
Bell, what's up?
Yeah, that's
not Southern Troll.
That's not Southern Bell?
Southern Troll.
Southern Troll.
Oh. You just changed it to Southern Bell.
Oh.
Hey there.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? But so I was gonna say, so that's the thing that a lot of us brothers are doing. Like, we're coming together because like certain countries where brothers are, you know, going to, like if you're one like that likes to go to you know, if you're one that likes to go to, you know, Thailand or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, why not put together a group of like-minded people and get some property there? You know what I mean? So that this way, like, there's always money, you know, going in. Because my thing was is that, like, for me, like with Medellin, I was going there so much, and I'm like, man, I need to turn a profit, like, because I need to turn a profit there, and so once I talked to the once I talked to the landlord about renting the apartment, and when I'm not there, just having it as an Airbnb, I said, oh, you know what? Okay, yeah, this makes a lot of sense, because now when I'm not there, like right now I'm in the States. So I'm in the States, you know, for the holidays, and then January I'll venture back out. But the thing is that while I'm here, why not collect some payment?
Yeah.
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 See, I like this type of conversation, because this type of conversation, I mean, yes, it's still like, you know, relationship building, but it kind of diverts away from like kind of like the usual like topics that most like streamers have about, oh, men versus women, blah blah blah. How's about you have a collective of people, both men and women, all sorts of lives and cultures, they get together and they invest. Because the thing is, okay, even in America, like when you see like those huge like apartment complexes, you know, like that's like a lot of bread to get that. Yeah. However, you have people that actually link up with other people to purchase the property together, and they get a cut from it.
Right.
But here's the thing, right? Now, people will probably ask, well, why is it so hard for Black people to get the things that, you know, Middle Easterns, you know, probably have, or other nationalities will have? Well, see, the thing is, like, if you could pair, let's just say, with anyone, that would be great. But unfortunately, you know, Blacks have a lot of, you know, distrust for each other. So if you see a person that's like, hey, like, I have the money to put down and I'm ready to go in with you, you're like, I don't know, man. Like, that guy, like, he's Black just like me. I don't trust him like that, you know. But you'll be more willing to partner up with a Middle Eastern person or some other person that's not Black, you know, or, you know, not FBA, you know, Foundation of Black America. And, you know, those people will feel the same way about you like you feel the same way about your own people. So you're kind of stuck either way, unless like you really find somebody that's on the same page with you, that's like-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's why I mentioned the LLC, because like if you have LLC and everybody has that, or S corporation, I mean, that type of stuff, like there, it's not even personal, it's business. And that's where if we keep it on the business front, it's okay, because, you know, it's a corporation, we all put our shares in, this is the income that comes back, we have to see, you have to build up reports, because also you have to claim it on your taxes. You got to have that accounting book ready for our taxes. So it puts us all on the same page. So it's good that, I like this talk as well. That's what I'm just saying.
So thank you for bringing that up, Stan. I have another question for Kings. So do you have to report to the American government of your properties overseas?
No. Well, yes, because if you are a U.S. citizen, and now depending, so let's say like if you were, and I can see different countries different, you know, have different things. So like if I was in Colombia, let's say for, I believe it's like 330 days, then no, I wouldn't have to. But the fact that I'm not, I do have to.
So if you stay over there for 340 days and then come back and forth, would you still have to?
No, in Colombia, no. but I'm saying each country is different.
So each country has their own.
Right, exactly.
And do they report you if you don't?
Well, you know, you just don't want to take that risk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk. You know what I mean? So, like the thing is that like if you have a property, let's say like you decide to get a property in Honduras, get a property in Mexico, and then you go to you get a property in Nairobi, Kenya, and but you're still living in the States. You're going, there's a chance. I don't know what each country law is, so that's something that you would have to look that up to see what the tax laws are. But I can only assume that you're probably going to have to report all three properties. You're gonna have to claim all three properties on your taxes, your U.S. taxes, because you are.
I might have to call Trump and get the name of his attorneys.
The ones that's not in jail. The one that's the good ones, the ones that didn't go in jail.
They know all the loops and the shortcuts.
Well, there's a loop.
Not to be political, but you'll be seeing him soon.
There's a loop. There's a loop for everybody. And then probably M3, I know you're gonna say like, how did I drop the bag? And this is probably why they like me, and I should have went for it. But there's a loop. Wherever you go in the country, also make sure that you get a 403B, which is nonprofit status. Mm-hmm. So if on the property itself, just say you get 5 acres of land, a lot probably 1 acre to the community itself. Another lot will probably be church, because if it's a Catholic church or something like that, they probably would have some kind of community base going at it. Mm-hmm. And also if that third acre is some form of business or community business, or you just building apartment buildings or something like that for the community, is your taxes will be a little bit, it's not under your name, but it's going to look at a little bit differently with the government here.
Okay.
And also one more thing, before I forget, get in contact with the U.S. Embassy in that country, and they'll give you more information there.
Who did I try to contact? I think it was Ghana. I tried to contact the embassy in DC, and it's a no. No,
you want to go to the U.S. Embassy in Ghana. The DC chapter, unless you go to DC, which I always recommend people go to DC. That's a big field trip. Everything is free in DC. The museums are free. The zoos are free. You pretty much should go to the embassy, ask some questions there. But
so you're saying go there in person rather than call?
Definitely go in person. And then also check out the Black Museum. That is amazing. But DC is a good field trip to go to. But always check in with the embassy, the American embassy, and let them know when you go to those countries. And look at nonprofit, because there's a way of making nonprofit profit. Don't put your name on everything. Again, look into the LLC, looking into the C corporations. Have a tax person with you, and and you'll do fine doing all the different countries all around.
Cause my future goal is to eventually relocate out of the States. It's so ghetto here.
Wait, you're in Nebraska?
No, I'm from Nebraska, born and raised, but I live in Atlanta.
Oh, I was like, it's ghetto in Nebraska?
No, it's ghetto in America.
Say that. Oh. Say that. That's a fact. That's a fact. Southern Belle asked me, have I been to Aruba? Yes, I have.
Okay. How long did you stay in Aruba?
I stayed in Aruba for about a week and a half.
What was it like out there? Like I said, I don't do a lot of traveling like how you do, so you might have to break down what is Aruba, what is how's the culture and the food and the people. It's
Caribbean culture. Very nice, clear. Nice sand, clear water. Good drinks. The people there, the people there are very friendly. They have they have like their own like version of rum punch, which is a little bit different from Jamaica, but it's real good.
Rum punch.
Yeah, the food is good. Yeah, man, it was a vibe. It was a vibe.
Nice. I do have some other questions that I want to ask you real quick because.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely, man. Let's rock and roll.
Okay, because when you was talking about certain parts of Mexico, and I was gonna ask okay, as a person who practiced Spanish, how long did it took for you to learn the language?
So the thing is that I've been speaking. So I think this might have got lost early in the conversation, but what I was saying was that growing up in New York City, like you were either everyone was like either West Indian or Puerto Ricans and Dominicans were right there. So like I have been speaking Spanish and I have been dating Latina woman for a while. You know what I mean? So like I was like it was either a Caribbean sister or just an African American sister or it was a Spanish chick. You know what I mean? So like so just speaking Spanish, like I have been doing that, like my whole life, and it comes and goes in waves. So sometimes, like if I don't speak it for a while, like I'll lose it. But once like I'm around Spanish speaking people, like it'll pick back up. You know what I mean? So so the short answer is all my life. That's the short answer.
Okay, and then for let's say for other folks, right, who may want to travel. But once you learn how to speak the language and they came to you and asked you, hey, can you teach them like the language or like the basics? Are you willing to sit down and talk to them, teach them the language, maybe charge them a fee or two or?
What I would say is no, because I mean I could teach them a few conversational things, but I like if they're serious about actually trying to learn the language and like what I would do is I would refer them to like two people I know. Well, actually, sorry, 3 people I know that are Spanish teachers, especially if they go into Colombia. So my homegirl D, she actually lived in Houston, Texas for 15 years. Okay. So, but she is Cali Colombian. But she looks like us, and people think that she's American. No, she's Colombian. But like she speaks fluent Spanish and fluent English. So I would refer them to her or my boy Profe Don Omar, or my boy Demain, and they all are very good Spanish teachers and stuff like that, and they all have YouTube channels too.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So I would say like if for a more structured approach, with them, I would just say like if they were like rolling with me and they didn't know how to say something or whatever, then that's something that I would do.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for plugging like those people in too. So
yeah,
anybody if you're willing to learn and if these people are available to help you out, and especially they are YouTubers, go check out the channels.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not only that, but I mean, we're in 2023, so it's like tons of technology where you can learn Spanish. Download a free app. They got
True.
Now where you can it translate. You put it in your ear, and as they're talking to you, it's translating what they're saying to you. So I mean, it's so much technology out here, y'all. Like.
That's true. That's true. That's true, Miss Nebraska. The only thing that I would just say is that like for like if someone is just like at a beginner level, and they want to ask like for a hamburger, you say dame hamburguesca sin queso por favor. So I asked for a burger with no cheese. You know what I mean? So like something like that they could do on an app, right? But if you trying to actually, you know, like really like how we're talking now, you're gonna need a teacher. Like the app can only help you say, but like
and not knocking a teacher, but just saying, you know, if you, for those who travel overseas that, you know, may want to know what to say or translate it, you know, there's a lot of technology out here they can utilize too.
Yes. Is that what did it say? Ghost Flow?
I believe so. That's how you pronounce it. I just call him Ghost.
Okay, yeah. So Ghost. Okay, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah. So and I'm not disagreeing with you, Mr. Nebraska. I'm just saying like for intermediate advanced, you definitely just Ghost is cool. Okay, cool. But so for intermediate and advanced teacher, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you want to know what certain words mean, like, oh, I'm hungry, you know, tengo hambre, you know, or cooking comida, you know what I mean? Something like that.
And also, don't forget, you also have your local communities. Like, we got Spanish communities. Like, go in there and tell them that you want to speak Spanish. You need to learn how to speak Spanish.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Also, novelas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And also, they also have language exchange too. So the language exchange is also good too. You know, and if you're traveling to like these countries by yourself, that's actually a good way to network, because like especially like if you don't necessarily want to be in the tourist area all the time, but you want to have, you know, people like, you know, who you can hang out with, like that are cool and stuff like that, and they'll show you around or whatever. Language exchange is cool, because one of the first things that I did when I went, Flyboy and I did, we went into the language exchange because this was our first time going to Colombia. We had people that were there, but he's a content creator, so he wanted to show things that are just outside of the tourist area, because, you know, you want to show, like, especially if you're a content creator, YouTuber, you want to show things that's outside of the tourist area. So we went in there and we met some cool people. Actually, some people that I'm still actually friends with to this day.
Right.
Text. Oh.
Yeah,
I thought that was percent.
Okay.
I agree. Kings, just about every country I've been to, I've made friends that I'm still in contact with till this day. I didn't never hire an exchange person though, but
no, you don't have to hire them. So let me explain how it is, right? So basically, how we're talking now, like, it's basically like everyone is like in a room. Everyone's like in a big room. It's like I don't want to call it a classroom. It's like an informal classroom, if you will. And so let's just say like it'll be open from like, you know, we have language exchange from like 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m. or something like that. So it's open. Any you know, it's open to the public. Anyone can come in there, and then, you know, so you meet people, you have a conversation. So like, because also you have Spanish.
You find this out through an app?
Well, Flyboy is the one that actually found that out in Colombia, and I just went there, so he did all the groundwork.
Oh, okay.
I can't take credit for it, but I can tell you how it was when we were in there, right? So the thing is that when you go in there, you know, you just say, hey, like, I'm looking to speak, looking to speak Spanish. And don't forget, these people are looking to speak English too. So you guys are helping each other out. So it's not like a paid thing or anything like that. Because because the thing is, it's like, like a lot of people, like a lot of like my friends that speak both languages, or in their first language was Spanish, they were saying like one friend, like, he's learning English now. And I told him, I was like, listen, like, just keep listening to me or watch like TV or movies, because app can only help you but so much. like when you're trying to learn a language. Like it's a good starting point,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as as far as actually being able to have a full blown conversation, I don't think so. Oh, she said, "Oop, you stumbling with that Spanish, brother." No, I just stumbled. Period. That's just me. I just stumbled. Period. That has nothing to do with the Spanish. I was stumbling with the English as well.
Nah, you good, brother. And salutes to Daryl Long. Thank you for tuning in.
That's all good. That's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good, baby?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. So this is gonna be off the topic a little bit, but
sure.
When you receive our invitation to join as a guest for Knowledge and Relationships, what was like your first thoughts about us, or what was the first thing that came to your mind when we asked you basically to give you like a live talk?
My first thoughts were just helping my, we gonna help each other out. You know what I mean? And we gonna build and look out for each other. That's just what it's about.
Yeah,
that's what my first thoughts were.
I appreciate that because like here, like we definitely wanna like, man, like build like a unity of like folks, and I'm not just saying like just specifically for blacks, but for anybody, right? Mm-hmm. That's really all about the cause of building and connecting relationships. And hopefully, like our goal one of these days, one of our goals is to reach out to even people internationally as well too. Right. Because I feel like, everyone has a powerful message. Everyone wants to learn about something. Like even a lot of the countries, I didn't even get a chance to ask like how many countries you've been to. But with the countries that you listed so far, I'm like, man, like this is something that I'm like, man, I wish that was like on my list right now. To kind of travel out there. So, we have a lot of like, people who are curious. I mean, to know like, okay, what's more out there than just the usual like American culture. Right. Yeah. So yeah, we appreciate you for allowing us to give you this live talk.
Absolutely, man. I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative that you all asked me to be a part of the show. I love networking.
For my questions too.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love networking. I think networking is extremely important because at the end of the day, like we as people, we're all trying to, especially Black people. You know what I mean? Like we're there's always like that. There's always that who's the top dog and all that. Like for me, like I don't really care about that. What I care about is building a collective because if our Asian people can do it, our white people can do it, our Latin people can do it, we need to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like I mentioned, growing up in New York City, like and Intellectual, you can attest to this, like growing up in an all Black neighborhood, but then like the corner store, like or stores around, you have people who aren't us who own these places. Whether it be the cleaners, whether it be the liquor store, the corner store, and it's just like, okay, we all live here, like we should be owning this neighborhood. Like could you imagine? And I don't know if anyone has ever been in New York, but okay, so like Long Island is a section outside of like New York City, but Intellectual, could you imagine going to Long Island, you know what I mean, and going into an Irish neighborhood and a Black store is there? Come on, man.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
Yeah,
but that's also because we don't invest in property value,
right?
And we don't invest in doing things when it comes to property or even kind of being about real estate.
Right.
But I think with other coaches, I see that they become basically very knowledgeable when it comes to all different types of fields, whether it comes to technology, whether it comes to the food industry or catering business, whether it comes to real estate. They are savvy in any and everything. Law enforcement, so they learn a plethora of skills,
Right.
and they bring those skills within one household, and then that household they filter it back to their country, or their place of origin. So with us, we don't do that, because you'll have
we can't.
Hold on,
Well,
y'all.
I don't want to say we can't.
Let me finish, y'all.
My fault, bro. I thought you had finished. My bad. Sorry.
And I think like what they'll do is that they'll work at a fast food chain, and let's say they're really good at the fast food chain. Let's say they're able to make the food in the fast food chain a lot quicker than everybody else, and they're able to adapt to things a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? What will happen is that they will start to basically, what they'll start to do is that they'll start to basically take those skills and then, filter it into catering. You know what I'm saying? And they'll start to learn how to become a chef and how to become the head cook and get into management, things of that nature. So yeah.
All right. Yep. No, you're absolutely right about that. Absolutely right about that.
What's up, Queen?
Welcome, Queen.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, Queen?
I'm all right.
All right. So tonight, we're giving we're having a live talk with Mr. KingzNDreamz, just to let you know. So if you have any questions about, well, actually, kind of technically, we did actually had our conversations about the whole passport movement, the unity and brotherhood. So, but if you have any other questions or any comments, feel free to shout it out.
Nope.
I wanted to say, at one point in the early 1900s, even the late 1800s, Black people in this country, we did have property, we did have land, we did have businesses, but if you read up on history, that was taken away over and over again. And I think it's a behavior at this point. It's like, okay, well, if we do this, it might get taken away from us. So I think it goes a little deeper than the surface on that topic here in this country specifically. And then you also have to think of the systemic racism goes really deep in this country. They redline in a lot of cities in America. Banks have you flagged if you have certain zip codes. And the list goes on and on and on. So I'm very proud of some of us like millennials and even the Generation Z's of us brown people moving overseas and establishing wealth. It just makes me so proud.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the thing that I was saying, right? And the thing that I was saying is that it's that it's a bunch of reasons, but a lot of people want to be top dog, and it's like they don't know how to work within a unit because everybody wants to be the leader, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, it can't, it doesn't have to be that way. As I was saying, there's brothers that I'm in WhatsApp groups in, and we're having meetings and stuff like that. Brothers are going to be opening up properties in Brazil. Brothers are going to be opening up properties in Colombia. And then I'm also in a WhatsApp group. One of my friends, he lives in, he goes all over in Africa, but part of the time he's in South Africa, another part he's in Tanzania, and I think he's about to go to Senegal. But there's a group of brothers there. They're going to be opening up, properties in Africa. So things are happening, and that's what I like to see,
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you mentioned, Miss Nebraska, that, why not open up something over there, and you said it before, because I was about to say it, and you said it before I had even said it. So, that's an excellent idea, because if, you're going to be traveling to all these places, and there's some people that can't fully relocate, whether they got whether they have whether they have family here or whatever ties and stuff like that. But if you're going to travel back and forth, why not make some sort of profit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
yeah, if anybody know of a group, I don't know if I could join the men group, because I think it's just for men. But if anybody know of a group that I could join, that has that organization going on, like, let me know. Shoot me a DM, email or something.
Well, it goes by the country. So you would just have to figure out which country that you're trying to go to. I do know that like they do have they do have groups for like with men and women. But the groups that I'm talking about, it's like I'm in a group with men and women, but this one is for Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah. The group that's going to be doing something in Africa, that's men, and then in Brazil, that's men.
Okay.
But Colombia is men and women. So if you're interested in being a part of that group, I don't know if you have any interest in going to Colombia, but if you did,
yeah, Colombia is definitely another country on my list.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say Barranquilla is a good place to go to. Barranquilla is a good place to go to in Colombia. A lot of Afro-Colombians there. Cali, Colombia. They have a lot of Afro salsa. So as I was mentioning, my friend D, she's Cali Colombian. So she's probably like she's like I'm trying to figure it out. Let me try to send you her channel so you guys can pull it. Let me send you guys her Instagram so you guys can pull it up.
Yeah, you can also send it in the private chat too, and then I'll just share it in the group.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Let me do that.
I got like a couple of questions.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
No.
Over there.
Oh, say that again?
I say you got a whole notebook over there. Let's go.
Oh man, you spoke the notebook,
Yeah, so that's my fault. If we're getting caught up in another conversation, like we should knock out next time. Like let's just knock out all the questions first. So this way, then we.
Oh no! You good? Like at this point, right? Yeah. No worries. Like right now, this
I'm
point,
like,
it's like
oh
free
man,
flow.
I'm feeling bad here.
No, you good? Because this is how we kind of do things. That's why it's called like a live talk, right? We don't try to treat it like it's like an interview type of style.
I got you.
Yeah. Once we get to our 1 hour mark and we got folks like coming up, it's anything goes. But I literally just kind of wrote this because there was some things that I forgot to like kind of question, but I didn't want to be rude in the conversation, and it's almost like I'm kind of going back into it. But I wanted to know, like, okay.
Oh, now check the back chat, by the way, whenever you have a moment.
Oh yeah, I got you. I'm about to go share it right now.
Okay.
And then later I'm gonna try to see if I could follow this person on Instagram too.
I'm on her Instagram now.
Oh, do you mind you send me a link to my phone? Because I'm on a computer right now.
You want me to send it to the DM?
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, no. I think I could do that on my own with the. Actually, never mind. Don't even worry about it.
You could pull up. Yes, I was saying you could pull up her Instagram and share her page.
Oh wait, it says it's not available.
I can share it in the DM group chat.
Okay, yeah, try that, and let me try to see if I could resend it again. Because, what's going on with my computer? Hold on. My fault, y'all. Hold on for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I clicked on the link. I don't know. Sorry about that, y'all.
So what city you said she lived in, Kings?
Oh, Cali, Colombia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I'm sorry. So she lives in Cali, but she is from Buenaventura. She's from Buenaventura, which is maybe like 2 or 3 hours away from Cali. But she lives in Cali. Like right now, Buenaventura is not a place where you want to go right now. It's not safe. But Cali is safe.
You sure? LA
Oh yeah, very.
LA is safe.
We're not doing that. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not
gonna. Final answer.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna leave my people down like that. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, so I think the link should work this time. I just sent it off to the people on YouTube so you could follow her on.
What part of Jamaica is your family from?
Spanish Town, St. Catherine.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
My ex is from St. Catherine's.
Oh, okay. Spanish Town or?
It was we were in the countryside. Like it was very country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but St. Catherine is just the parish, but like depends on like which part though. So you said that you were in country, yeah. So you might not have been in Spanish Town though. I mean, you might not have been in St. Catherine. Whoops, sorry.
No, we were in St. Catherine because he was born and raised in St. Catherine.
I said that the wrong way. Spanish Town, I meant to say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, St. Catherine is the parish.
Okay. Oh, real quick, let me make sure I get my questions before I forget.
Yeah. Because that's why I got quiet. I'm like, go ahead, man.
No, okay. So when I went out to Cabo San Lucas, out of Mexico, what I noticed, like, and I know you mentioned about like like the foods like in other countries, like out there with like you understand, but let's say for instance, in my experience. Like I'm talking about produce, okay? Not just something that was like like just clumped together like cake or any seasoning, but just pure or like organic fruits and vegetables.
Yeah,
you take a bite into it, maybe you might drink some apple juice. Everything tasted different.
Yeah,
down in the U.S.
Right,
and to me that was my actual culture shock. Right, after like trying some like the recipes and. They had like gelatos and everything was different.
Yeah.
Even like when I was like, tackling on the desserts, I didn't felt bloated by any means. It was just like I was just eating regular food.
Right.
And so like, was like an experience that you also like kind of like noticed as well too? Like when you try certain foods, like produce?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that because like the thing is like there's no like processed foods or anything like that.
Okay.
Like what I mean is like how over here like we have like TV dinners and stuff like that. Frozen foods, like they don't have that. You go to the market, you get everything fresh. So you're making a salad, you get fresh lettuce, you get fresh tomatoes, fresh cucumbers, all of these things, come fresh. And I'm not sure how other countries do it, but I'm certain of Colombia does do that. And even when you even like the fast food, man, like going to like KFC, like the chicken isn't this big, you know what I mean? Like the chicken
and it's seasoned and it's real. It's not pumped up with chemicals.
Right. Yeah, she knows exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like it's definitely like like everything just tastes better. The chicken, the chicken tastes better. The seafood tastes better. Like wow. I'm a very big seafood guy, right? So like even the fried fish, man, like they probably caught it like that same day or something, It's definitely just a big difference. Also, I'm not even a soda guy. I'm not a soda guy.
Okay.
But like if I'm having like a drink or something like that, and like I'll have like a Jack and Coke, or you know what I mean, and that's the only time I really have that. But like I was looking at the ingredients for Coca-Cola in the States as opposed to outside of the United States, like, and in Colombia, like they put actual sugar cane instead of using like processed sugar. So the Coca-Cola is healthy. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, you know what was my? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say what was mind-boggling as well too. Well, yeah, like when you had mentioned fast food, what was it? Burger King. Someone had ordered like a crispy chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
and he wanted to offer me the sandwich so bad because he's like, man, this is real chicken. Like this is not processed or anything.
Yeah,
from fast food. But at the time, I was actually scared to try out some of the food. And this wasn't Cabo San Lucas. This was like Tijuana, Mexico at the time.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because the media, of course, and some people say, well, they have a negative stigma of it. Well, if you go out there to that country, the first thing you'll do is throw up. You know what I mean? Especially if you try like the water or whatever.
Right.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what some people will say.
I don't even drink the water here in America.
I mean, yeah. Well, what I would say is, when I was in Mexico, when I went to Cabo, I went to Playa del Carmen, I went to Isla Mujeres, Tulum, and all of those places. I never tried like the tap water. I always had bottled water with me. Now in Colombia, the thing that I like is that they'll have a sign. They'll have a sign and let you know if it's okay to drink the water. If it's not okay to drink the water, then you won't see a sign that'll say it's okay to drink the water.
Okay. And then also we had mentioned about like the sodas, right?
Yeah.
So normally, right, in America, you see a can Coke or Pepsi and all that. I mean, you see like, how many grams of sugar that's added, but it's so much of a norm because most of the time people constantly drink sodas like it's nothing. They don't add like any warning labels to it. Right. And so what I found intriguing was that each can in Mexico, when it has a high amount of sugar, it actually has a warning label.
Right.
And it tells you, warning, this can contains an excess amount of sugar, which is called, I think it's called azúcar, or if I'm azúcar. Yeah. So it contains a whole lot of sugar into it that may not be recommended for small children to drink.
Right.
Yep. And their version of sugar is probably like from ages like 0 to 12 or something like that. So I thought like, well, damn, like that's pretty cool that you kind of put that warning label out there just to let people know that, hey, this is at your own risk. You want to drink something that's bad for your health.
Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, our government, well, you won't never see that from our government because our government is on a whole nother tip than a lot of these other countries. A lot of these other countries, a lot of stuff that we're injected with, that the food that we buy in our grocery stores, it's banned over there in their countries.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. And
Carrageen is one of them too.
Yeah, and over here, our country is ran by Big Pharma. And you have to understand, Big Pharma has an agenda. They're not going to put no warnings on no food. I mean, you go into every grocery store here in America, 95% of the food in there is processed.
Yes. Absolutely. That's true. And then, the thing is like, you either got to go to Whole Foods or what's another place? Whole Foods or but basically, like you have to go to outside. I'm sorry.
Were you trying to say like Whole Foods and Sprouts or Farmers Market?
Yeah, Farmers Market. There we go. Yeah. So you got to go there to ensure that you are actually getting like organic food. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that's the one thing that I really like because, and even I'm not sure if they do it in Mexico. I'm going to assume so, but in Colombia, when you go to the market, like the big market is called Éxito, and that stands for success. That's the name of the supermarket. And so the eggs that would normally be in the fridge, like refrigerated section here in the States, they're actually like on a regular aisle. Like you think like they would be by the cold section. They're not.
Oh, okay.
Even the milk is not.
That's what I noticed when I was in Honduras too. I noticed that.
Oh, so they do this? Yeah. Yep. No.
Because you don't really need to. Excuse me. If it's real milk, especially like from a cow, you really don't need to refrigerate it. Just like eggs don't really need to be refrigerated if it's really fully organic by the chicken itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why, like, because the thing is like when I first was going there, like I was eating a lot. Like now I'm on a health kick diet and all that stuff. But like, man, like I was eating like KFC, all that stuff every day. But you want to know the surprising thing is, as bad as I was eating, right? When I came back, the first one was in Colombia. When I came back, I actually lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
And I was eating garbage. Well, I was eating garbage.
Yeah.
I was eating fried food, all that stuff. And and it's just like, okay, wow.
But see, this goes to my personal experience where, you're everything, especially if you're in a resort out in Mexico, everything was all you can eat.
Yep.
Okay. Like pancakes, eggs, like, syrup, gelato, burgers, anything that you could name. Right. Although, even though it tasted different, but I didn't feel I was full, but I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, like what the hell did I eat?
Yes,
like, I was totally fine.
Yeah, you know what? I caught that you said that, and I meant to respond to feeling bloated. Yeah, you're right about that. Like, you don't get like that. You don't get that itis feel. At least for me, I didn't get that itis feel. Like I was full, but I didn't get that itis. Like, oh man, like I'm about to just put some sweatpants on and go to bed. Like, nah, it wasn't that type of time at all.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? When I was in, I want to say Belize, we drank like the well water, and that was so good.
Yeah,
that was the best water I've ever had.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Belize. Man, that's a spot. That's a spot that I definitely want to go to.
And their government gives them their own little lot of property, house at 18.
Really?
Yeah, I said our government would never.
Right. Oh. Man, Belize may be a way to go and get some property.
I'm saying, yeah, definitely.
All right.
Man, we need to have a talk about this a little bit more, like in the near future too, because I like to talk about especially like real estate and how to invest as people. So, and Kings and Dreams, you already know you're more than welcome to come to Knowledge and Relationships anytime when we have these topics.
Yeah, man. Just shoot me the invite, and usually Intellectual will send me an invite and say pull up. You know what I mean? But I'm just thankful that on Monday, because I felt bad because I'm like, oh man, he'll send me the link, and then by the time I'm like, by the time I like get there, I'm like either I already finished the panel, I'm half asleep or whatever. But I was able to come up on Monday.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was definitely appreciated as well too. And also, I appreciate it, man. Just our conversation to your panel as well last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Lola up there. It was good to meet BB and a few other people as well too. And it's good to see What the Funk. But yeah. I mean, definitely interested in conversations though, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, but definitely more conversations like this need to happen. With like-minded people purchasing, international properties and things like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, one last question, because I know we're getting close to the time already.
Oh no, you're good, man.
But okay, so this is like my first time ever checking out your ladies' night. Did you have the ladies' night going on for some time, or was this like your first?
No, that was my third.
That was your third. Okay, I don't know how I missed like the last like few ones, because I know with YouTube's notifications, if you don't catch it, like you'll definitely have to catch like the replay to it. Yeah. So I'm glad that you definitely sent me the link to it, so that way I was able to tune in.
Oh for sure. Yeah, so I started the first one. In September. The first one in September. Did the second one last month, and then this month, and then I'm either gonna do a ladies' night part 4, or I'm gonna call it Ladies and Gentlemen, and that's going to be in January 17th.
January 17th. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm either gonna do a ladies' night part 4, or I'm gonna start a new series and call it Ladies and Gentlemen.
All right, that sounds pretty good, And like I said, I'll definitely tune in and support you as well. So yeah, send me a thumb up, and I'll make sure I try to share it to my IG.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, man. And if you need any like references as far as like people that you want to bring up or whatever, and I have contacted them. Just hit me up and let me know. Like, hey, I want this person to come on. Just hit me up.
Well, yeah, most definitely for sure. It's just right now, like let's say for us, we had like our ladies' night for some time, but unfortunately, one of our main hosts is kind of out of commission. So definitely prayers up still for her. Can be hopefully like.
Oh wow! Yeah, definitely prayers.
So I know ladies' night will be postponed until kind of further notice, but most likely, hopefully by sometime in the beginning of next year or mid next year, we could kind of get ladies' night started and get out to rolling. So I would love to just meet the international women as well, because I know like a lot of folks, we're so used to American women. It's good to kind of like talk to somebody like overseas. So or just anybody overseas. So yeah,
absolutely, man. Well, if you find a person in mind and you see that like that's a mutual friend of mine on Instagram, just hit me up and be like, hey, K&D, listen, I want to get in touch with this person, blah blah blah, and I got you, man.
All right, man. Thank you, man, for sure. All right, so.
Well, I'm gonna head out, fellas. It's way past my bedtime, but I love this conversation and this topic, and I think we should definitely bring this back to the table again in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Nebraska. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let me say this really quick. You have a nice head of hair, by the way.
Oh,
that's what I was telling her, like in the chat. I was like, now, Miss Nebraska, I know you be coming up your show, and I respect that, but I gotta see more of the afro to the show too.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you kept your word. I already knew you would.
See, I'm a woman of my word.
Let that natural hair flow, sister. Let that natural hair flow.
Oh yeah, I've been natural since 2010. So
there we go. That's what's up.
Nice.
Yeah, because brothers, we love the natural. We love the natual. Don't let the BBLs and the Wolverine nails fool you.
Right.
Yeah, because no, I know it's so funny because I had a conversation with one of my homegirls, and she's like, why do dudes be liking them? And I said, no, we don't like them. Well, I said we like them we like to them, not like them. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Thank you. A strong difference. And, and sometimes, like, unfortunately, women take things the wrong way. Because they always becoming like, well, y'all like these BBLs, y'all like the ones with the fake plastics, and I'm like, no, we do not, right?
Right.
Now, of course, we are guilty of looking at them, off of Instagram or whatever, but we have common sense. We know all that stuff is illusions, and most likely, 9 times out of 10, if you put a nice, natural, beautiful sister, right, versus someone that's like plastic Barbie, we're gonna take the natural any day over like the plastic Barbie.
The thing is that like the natural sister will get the ring, house, car, and children. The BBL is getting the hotel, the facials.
She getting flued out.
Getting flued out, all that. Yeah. Yeah, all that. So it's.
But here's the thing, y'all. Like, is there a doctor in the house who can make a BBL look natural?
I'm not sure.
Even the celebrities' BBLs don't even look natural. The thigh ratio is not matching the ass.
It would never. It would never will. It's not meant for that.
I'm not sure. I would say like no. You know what? I was gonna say Cardi, but no, because like you could tell Cardi. Yeah, you could tell Cardi.
You can tell by somebody.
K Michelle. I mean, the list could go on.
Well, you know what happened to K Michelle's booty though. I think she had a.
Oh yeah, she got hers taken out.
Yeah,
she got the stuff, but nobody.
I don't know why. I don't know why she did it. She didn't even need it.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of them that don't need it, but they look. Little Kim didn't need all of her work, but she felt like
you know who looks. I mean, you know who actually got better looking as she got older. Remy Ma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Cause before Remy Ma went to jail, like I was like, man, Shorty looking rough. Now she home. Now she home. She a wife and all that. I'm like, man, Remy look good.
Remy did a whole glow up for real.
Yeah.
She did.
I have to check her out again because I haven't really like.
Shout out to Pat Poole. I'm not disrespecting no married woman or anything like that, but I'm just saying.
You good. Yeah.
Shout out to Pat Poose because he's the only man on earth who waited for his woman to get out of prison. So shout out to him. Because y'all would not do that.
Let me tell you something. There was definitely some sort of arrangement. Like, listen, man got some needs, you know what I mean? But listen, just make sure you don't get attached, you know what I mean? But he had a hall pass. He
claimed he didn't. So you think he lying?
I mean,
I would say stop the cap.
Yeah.
But I'll say this though.
Yeah, come on,
never underestimate a man's loyalty though. He'll be loyal to you, but look, he gonna if it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, okay. See, the thing is that how men show their loyalty. Men show their loyalty by exhausting their resources. Keeping a roof over your head. Making sure that the bills are paid. Making sure if you guys have children, making sure that the children got clothes. Making sure the kids' tuition is paid. All that stuff. Where like anything that is needed for the home and or the wife in that aspect, like she's good. Now the thing is how women show their loyalty. Women show their loyalty by basically keeping, holding it down for that man, not giving that thing up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But if a man is like if he dips and dabs, not condoning it, but if he dips and dabs, as long as that's not affecting his bottom line, now where some men will mess up is because like if you start giving your side woman resources, then that's considered cheating because now you're taking away from your family. Now you're taking away from, you're taking food out of your family's mouth and you giving it to this other person. That, to me, that's what I would consider cheating.
You know what? It reminds me of Kevin Samuel's statement when he says like a man should be able to exercise. Well, he said high value man.
High value man,
exercise his options to the point where it's like it's not really cheating because you're already like in communication with him, but at the same time, it's like as long as he's not publicly shaming you, as long as you're not like just just backstabbing, double dipping, taking out the resources that he put in the family, and just like you said, into like someone else's, and having kids by that person, then I mean, let him like do his thing or whatever, especially if it's a neutral agreement.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? Like like with Lola and Carmelo Anthony, when he messed up because he ended up knocking up another chick, and Lola know what's up, but the thing is like you can't do that because now you're gonna have to give up your resources because now you got another child to take care of.
Yeah, and I think
that was one reason why Wendy Williams divorced her husband because I mean she knew that he had a side chick around the corner in the house, but what made her upset was that he got sloppy with it and it became public.
That's the problem right there. See that's the problem because a woman will know, but they don't want to see. They don't want to see and don't give up the resources. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can't be like, oh well, I can't pay little Johnny's tuition this month. Why? You make over 200, you make over 200K. Like that tuition should be paid. And then to find out, like, oh, because you don't bought an apartment or a car for Keisha or something like that. Like, nah, man, that's where you're messing up at. You gotta have your. This is what I would say. You gotta have your affairs in order to have your affair in order.
So maybe Jay-Z needs to come to you for more advice.
Nah, Jay is good. I mean, Jay is good because the thing is, do
you think that Beyonce was wrong for getting back at him publicly through her music since he
talking about Lemonade?
Embarrassed her with the cheating scandal?
No.
Okay.
No, because the reason why because that money's going back to the family. That money's going back to the family, and see the thing is, the difference, like the difference between like with Jay-Z and Beyonce is because like if she leaves Jay-Z, where is she going to go?
Nah, she would never leave Jay-Z.
No, but yeah, right. But check this out, right? So the answer, like where is she going to go? Like he is at the top of the mountain. Like where is she? You know what I mean? Like the only way she could move and probably make a unilateral move would be either a Dr. Dre or a Diddy. But Diddy and Dr. Dre just had a messy divorce. He's not going to want to get married again. Diddy doesn't want to get married. So she has nowhere to go.
You got to find a billionaire that would actually be like, somewhat faithful to like you and your kids. You know what I mean? Or at least like someone that's going to be like still remain as a family.
He would never ever leave Jay-Z. I just wanted to know like if you guys thought it was like cool for her to like
only because
like two wrongs make a right. Does two wrongs make a right? Like you humiliate me, I'm gonna humiliate you. I'm gonna make a whole album about you cheating on me.
It's never cool, but at the same time, I mean, like it's still generating for their business,
right? Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, and the thing is that like this is something that they strategized about. This is something that they definitely strategized about. Like this was definitely a strategy move because it's like, you know what, I get to get my feelings out. I get to like I'll get the sympathy. I'll get the sympathy with the woman. Money comes back to the family. Jay-Z comes back with 444, does the apology. Moving back on his side again. You know what I mean? Like this thing is a coin flip. If you move it right, you're good. If you move it right, you're good.
Because if you think about it, really the ones who they're playing, they're really just playing with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
we're the ones getting emotional about it.
Right. I mean,
they are playing with us because there's a lot of us out here that really look to them as relationship goals, and that's the sad part.
Right. Exactly. But see, that's the thing. People, always, people look to them for relationship goals, but you need to look within yourself. You need to look within, within what you got going on. Like the thing about it is, especially in the West, like we pay way too much attention to what these celebrities are doing. Oh, did you hear what happened with this? Did you hear what happened with that? Like, man, listen, do you know what's going on with your light bill? Do you know what's going on with your, with your electric bill? What's going on with your car note, man?
What's going on with your own personalized relationship?
Right, exactly. Yeah, pay attention to what's going on with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, here in the Western world, we idolize celebrities as if they're gods, one.
Right.
And then two, we spend billions of dollars to be entertained.
Right. Absolutely. It's crazy. It's crazy because the thing is, like, Jay-Z, I'm sorry, not Jay-Z. Beyonce dropped the song, like all the single ladies, females go crazy for that song. And she went right back home to Jay-Z, and they making babies and all, and the modern woman, all the single ladies, oh, I'm a boss B. Oh yeah, you right.
I mean, you'll listen to like, independent, but then you'll forget about Cater to You.
Say that.
What? What'd you say?
Cater to You.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
They'll listen more to like, independent as far as like the Cater to You song,
Right. Yeah, I mean, like Beyonce. I'm sorry, Beyonce. Cardi B got this. I forgot the name of the song, but
I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still get that ring.
I don't clean, right? And then like she's on Instagram, making like these big lavish meals for Austin and all.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm a mom. I'm a wife and mother. I gotta cook for my family. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
I'm telling you.
I was like, come on, man.
Sometimes Cardi B is just trolling, but this is how she got to write her songs, right? But at the end of the day, she'll let you know, like, look, man, outside of my music, I got to do what I got to do as a wife, and I got to do what I got to do as a mother. You know what I mean? She don't even let her own daughter listen to the music that she raps to.
Oh, yeah.
She turns it off.
Your culture ran in the room and she had to turn off the song. Oh, it was WAP.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Listen, but the thing is, like, because the thing is, like, most women, most women inherently don't want to be by themselves. Mm-hmm. Most women inherently don't want to be by themselves. You know what I mean? It's a false sense of bravado that's out here. You know what I mean? And because
it's crazy because it's only targeted to a certain group of people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
And they fall for it.
Right. Exactly.
Well, KingzNDreamz, man, thank you for sticking around with us. And sorry we kind of extended the time a little bit. When it comes to music heads. And
no. We're good, man. The only thing I said was that I said I'm not doing 4 hours, but we good though. We good.
Right.
Yeah. We're good, man. But no, thank you so much. Man. I appreciate it, and I hopefully, someone who was watching today or someone that will watch in the future will definitely learn something from this. Just know that when you are traveling, you want to make sure that you enjoy yourself, educate, have fun, and there's 195, 96 countries in this world, right? And most people, here's a stat most people don't know. about 70 to 75% of people only move in the United States, only move 250 miles from where they were born. So I'm from New York City. That's basically to Washington, D.C., maybe Maryland area. That's not sufficient. Anyone that is from California, that's not even from Los Angeles to the Bay Area. That's about Central California. I say that to say that we in this life have to make sure that we are living and doing and believing and achieving the best versions of ourselves. Stay aware, stay on your purpose, keep grinding. As you see in the back, winter's coming. Hey. So much. Stay purposeful.
Oh shit. So make sure you're all snug up, Miss Nebraska, you know? Because winter
I just want to say that I moved 1,340 miles.
Yeah, she did move to Atlanta. I feel you know.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay,
everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out for the stream. But thank you again, everyone, for tuning into Knowledge and Relationships. Definitely, please catch the replay. If you missed it, or share this video to your friends, the community tab, whoever you wish to share it to. Also subscribe to KingzNDreamz on his YouTube channel as well. Support the Passport Brother. Support the Passport Brothers movement. Okay. Matter of fact, man, just support people who's actually doing the right thing and doing a good cause to embetter the community, especially for us blacks. Well, with that being said, thank you so much. Have a good night. And Mr. Nebraska and KingzNDreamz, if you want to stick around in the back check for just maybe one more minute,
absolutely.
Do so. But other than that, everybody, thank you so much. So I'm just trying to find the outro because we got so many stuff in StreamYard. But peace out, everybody. Later.
Peace.
Knowledge and relationships.